Hello, hello. I am Geometer, and you are now actually see my Q&A. It's also time that I'm going to eat normally, so it will also be a little bit of a mukbang. So ask your questions. I'm doing today a Q&A. I am for around half of my life vegan now. So I'm also pretty curious about searching stuff out. Um, Therefore, I know a lot about many different stuff about it. That I just said this, claiming that you care about plants and therefore you are not going vegan is ridiculous. What? Well, just pretty easily actually. First, plants have no central nervous system or brain. They can therefore not feel pain. And they are in contrary with plants. Plants, in contrary with animals, have also not central nervous system. Like I did say. Animals have a central nervous system. Animals no. Plants have no central nervous system. You can check out the Cambridge Declaration of Consciousness. So, I repeat, the Cambridge Declaration of Consciousness about that. So you can see here, not only we have consciousness according to scientists, also animals. Read good. Did you read it? I put the link in the chat on YouTube and on Twitch, so you can check it out later on. Furthermore, it takes up from 5 to 26 pounds of plant products to produce 1 pound of animal flesh, depends on the animal in question, which are chickens and some kind of fish. It's more like 5, but by cows and sheep, it's more like 4 high. In between the 20 to 26 ratio. Why? Now, animals are not breatharians. They don't live on air and water. They are not doing on photosynthesis in contrary with plants. That is called tropiecology. Yeah, the trolls are there not. It was just explaining why claiming that you care about plants, therefore you cannot be vegan is ridiculous. First, animals eat plants, so if you eat the animals, they are doctors to eat plants. If you then say you eat breastfeed animals, mm, pretty bad for you, but because breastfeed is destroying the rainforest. Plus, actually, ranchers kill many more animals than there accidentally be killed in the with the harvesting of crops. So also their display the corpses of wolves and coyotes on land. So so hilarious. The fucked up logic people use. Are there some people listening? Awake. Say something, people. Have you any question? I do I do Q and A today. Awake. Say something, people. Have you any question? I do Yeah, that's what you get when you have not so much followers. I've just around 280 followers. So if you then do a live stream, there are not so much people on. If you are some kind of if you are some guy like PewDiePie, then of course you get a lot more people that follow you because he well, let's come on your also on your stream and coming into your Discord because he is a famous rich guy with a weird accent. Do you have any question? Any question related to veganism, climate change, philosophy, that kind of stuff? That are the topics I talk about on my channel. I have a lot of videos online, but I've never been popular on school or on college, so nobody's following. Depends, I think. Most of the time, yes. It have less um, toxins than flesh of animals. So if you are non-vegan, and you eat fish, you get more toxics than if you eating nori from China. Because animals store toxins into their bodies. I think it is called what's the name toxic. Um, what's the scientific name? Um, um, Toxic absorption, something like that. That's the basic name for it. It's the non-scientific way name for it. They store it in their body. That's the reason that animals higher in the food chain have more toxins in their body than animals lower on the food chain. Therefore, also plants have often far less toxins than animal products because it takes up from 20, from 5 to 26 a pound of plant product to produce 1 pound of animal flesh. So this that's the reason. If you want to take it safe, take plant foods. Most of the time, they are far less toxic by default because animals are storing toxins in their bodies. Mm. More about health and that. Before 1950s, the Chinese population did live the longest. Was one of the longest population efforts lifespan of 100 years. Now they are starting to eat more like Western people, and they get sick and fat, like the kings and queens of the Middle Age. Where do you live actually? In which part of the world? Are you from China? Do you live there? Or are you from the US? Or are you from somewhere in Europe? I, I grow actually my, if I use garlic, if I use it, most of the time I grow it actually in little pots. Um, if you take one toe of garlic plant and you put them in the ground, and you wait for a bit, you actually grow and you have another garlic plant in a couple of months. I think it's take around 5 months to grow a whole new garlic. New Zealand, New Zealand. Um, so, can I call you on Kiwi? Or is that an old insult? I don't know, actually. Hmm. For the people that watch me on Twitch, I was talking with somebody actually on my YouTube. So, you know to why I'm talking now. Well, if you are interested in vegan education, if you care about animal rights or in climates related topics, I've a lot of videos about that actually. I have a whole watch list actually of climate related topics. I have a video about how the fishing industry did impact negatively um, the populations of fish since 1950s. Mm, I think I will put them in the Discord, that video. Also one about what's destroying the rainforest, and yes, that is the beef industry mostly, cattle ranchers, and also other parts of animal agriculture. Because it takes up something like 18 times the amount of land to feed somebody on a Western style um, diet, and just it's around 3 acres of land or something like that. My mic is shut down. Can you not hear me? Can you not hear me? Now I can hear. I think I just don't talk so hard. I think that's it. I think my voice is not so hard. Maybe I have to put my computer a little bit closer to me. I am actually searching still for a better mic so people can hear me better. Uh, because most of the time I record with my GoPro, but I don't know on the moment how I can use that. That's. Can you hear me better now? Sorry, I don't know how I can actually put my voice order. I can maybe, but then I have to talk louder. In my normal videos, my not live stream videos, I talk louder, but that's because also that camera is better than those of my computer. Owl is 7 years old. I have a bit old computer. Because I don't make a lot of money. Let me search for that video I was talking about. By the way, I was eating brown rice. Um, with a little bit of zucchini and mushrooms. That's kind of stuff. Now, that link is to my video about the fishing industry. It is called Never, Never Forget in the 1950s the fish population were starting to decline. Um, let me see. Yeah, YouTube is pretty screwed right now, indeed. Um, Specifically, it seems that it likes to screw over small channels. It started, I was thinking, when that PewDiePie guy was actually making a racist joke on YouTube, and then a lot of companies started to become shitting their pants. And started don't want to support some channels anymore, and then YouTube was did shit their pants because they were thinking, oh, we don't can get so much money anymore, and because businesses are don't want to marketing some of our creators, so we have to make it even harder for smaller channels. Now we have to have 1,000 subs. Um, uh, Also a lot of watch hours. Thank you, PewDiePie. I did. Um, yeah, let us check. I searched for also another video now, although I did actually want to put in the chat, so people can check that later on. Search for my video about, yeah, I find it. The fishing industry. I did just paused, and now Yeah, things that also a lot of things that are truly matter, sadly. For example, things I'd like to talk about, climate relating stuff. Because YouTube don't like to hear controversial because I can become so salty on YouTube sometimes. Uh, do you have any question, by the way? Have you another question? That's the question I did ask. So we know. Alright, I just see who's gone. Yeah, what should I talk about next? I have not another follower now. Maybe I'm going to play a little bit of guitar while I'm waiting. Have you any question for me? Have you any question for me? Ask them and I will answer them. Have you any question for me? Or have you known? I am vegan for around the hell of my life. I am vegan for around the hell of my life. The reason I am vegan is because I want to. Cause the least amount of damage on this planet. I care about animal rights. Animals are not things, they are living beings. I want to be free and happy like you and me, and happy like you and me. Be happy like you and me. This begins on the dinner table. By what you eat on daily basis. How do you think you can ask for mercy when you are responsible for the amount of suffering you cannot imagine? Cannot imagine. Animals, living beings, animamies, animamies. So it means the bread of life. It means a living being. That's where the word animal comes from the Latin word animal. You are welcome. I say you. Peace begins on the dinner table. What would you eat on a daily basis? Stop asking over peace when you are not willing to give it to other living beings, people. If you have any question, you can come on the live stream or not. It's all free to come on or leave it. I am doing Q&A for the people that see this later. Any Thursday around 6 to 7. Today tiny bit later than I'm usually. But if you are actually having questions about veganism and you want that somebody ask them, however, have even long time experience with veganism, and not from somebody how just come on a trend and actually is a plant-based speciesist, did not actually care about the animals. And you can see that because there are when they're stopped with being vegan, actually dating hunters or carnivore dieters. So therefore you know actually that they did not care about justice, they did not care about ecology, not care about equality, they just were sellouts. That's what I think about that fully fake Ravana and that Alisa from Rotten Asylum. Not the alignments. And then you also will have other people who are playing so nice. I'm so friendly. I'm so nice. Oh, look me beautiful. I'm such Such open mind times the spiritually, you know, the devil is also spiritual. But that does not mean anything. And if you have SIBO, you can check out my video I did actually do as a response to fully fake Ravana. Also, you can check out the sources in the description of that. But I put also those links in the chat. Now I am there. Let's look if I can find raw fake. Fully fake. Yeah, I have here. Video. For the people that actually want to learn something about veganism and want to treat it actually seriously instead of like, you know, a plant-based speciesism is, by the way, a violent ideology based on arbitrary criteria that discriminate against other species of animals. Also based on arbitrary criteria, because there are not enough species. That's actually, if you say that it's okay to discriminate against animals because they are not of a species, then are you going to take Hitler over your favorite dog or cat? Or why should you actually take that statement? If you are actually saying that the only criteria that is needed to get fair treatment in your eyes is to belong to a certain species, then you are not better than all the racists and all the misogynists you claim to despise. Think about it, people. You are then discriminating on something the other living creature can nothing do about. And animals are conscious, like the Cambridge Declaration of Consciousness actually explains. You know, this article I'm now showing you. You can check that out because I have it in the Discord, in the chat actually, Discord chat, how you want to call it. This was my first links the first link I did put in it. So if you are scrolling back, you can see it actually. So I think I will leave you soon, but before I have to say that if you are discriminated based on species criteria, then other people can actually discriminate based on sex or on gender because they are just as arbitrary. If you say that somebody just because belong to your species deserves rights, and just because somebody has a little bit different genomes and those all belong to your species, you can actually eat them and kill them. And you are also want to say that dogs deserve to be protected. cats deserve to be protected, then you are actually playing the putting the blame game. That's actually what the racists also do. That's, they always sound like this. You don't look like me. You don't speak my language. You are don't walk the way I do. You are not interested in the stuff I am interested. You are you're ugly. You are dumb. Prove to me why I should be kind to you. Are there goings to go on some lights? Light bulb? Get you some alive? Are you starting to become awakened? Do I break a little bit of your cognitive dissonance? Do that? Or must I call you a noodle? Think before you actually think, oh, you say something that I don't like, and therefore I call you an idiot or something like this. Because people, how are this is how people think the art are not can not have self reflection. When people say things about it that I don't like, they act like this. Oh, I cannot help it. You are saying something mean after me means you, and you are deserving of my judgment, even you have done absolutely nothing wrong. You just speak up for living beings. Would make you actually a hero, but I don't want to admit it, and therefore I am a rude idiot. Because that's easy. It is easy to be a rude idiot. That's more easy than to admit that I are wrong. Evolve and move forwards because I'm a spoiled little brat. That's how people sound to me when they're actually trying to make excuses for animal cruelty. And my head there sounds like Mickey Mouse or something like that, because I like to give them in my head a weird little voice that sounds like they have inhaled gases, nitrous dioxide. So, so have a nice day. Think about the stuff I did say today, and I see you next Thursday. Tender. Yeah, Thursday. On around 6 in the afternoon, actually, beginning of the evening, dinner time, and maybe come in the chat, ask me questions. I like to answer your questions actually. I am pretty well educated when it comes to animal rights and veganism. That's things. Most of the time I write about stuff. You can also watch a lot of my videos. I have over 600 videos now on YouTube about many different types of videos. Most are animal rights related. Also some more about philosophy and psychology. For example, we have some videos explaining in a way I find funny. I don't know if y'all find it funny. Why actually the arguments that most gardeners make sounds like the reasoning of a psychopath. And I'm not trying to be mean. if you watch that video and you have an open mind, you realize that I'm not totally out of my ass. That would be weird, by the way. When darkness and light become one, reality split away, and the truth become invisible. Bye bye, and see you next time. Until next week.